And welcome to the men's finals. My name is Dave Vincent alongside David Fink for this UK WPH Open one-wall big ball finals. Vlad Klym from the US up against Luke Thomson. And now it's time for the special announcements. And you heard the announcements there, Dave, for Luke Thomson and Vlad Klym, and these juniors here are going crazy. The referee is going to be Daniel Grant. What an amazing showing here at the Merchant Taylor School for this huge UK Open, as they are beaming with tons of kids and a lot of spectators here as they get ready for this men's final.
Well, Dave, this is the biggest tournament they've ever had, and most impressively are those 54 juniors that are surrounding the court. They were just treated to an incredible junior clinic from these two gentlemen that we'll be watching here in the finals, Vlad and Luke. Vlad coming in here, Dave, is the #1 seed wearing the yellow, coming from New York. Luke Thomson, a European, Dave, who's had some great showings in the last couple of years, including a second-place finish at the World Championships under 23 big ball singles division. So this is going to be a great match.
And they're about ready to get it underway as Daniel Grant is giving all those instructions right now. Now, there's not a lot of instructions you can give these guys. They're 1 and 2 respectively, or you would say Vlad is one of the top players from the U.S., and Luke certainly #2 ranked in the UK. They know exactly what the rules are, but Daniel Grant's laying down the groundwork right now for these guys, explaining mostly what the hinder call is going to be.
Well, Dan really is doing everything at this event, Dave. He's organized the event, he's played in the event, he's organized the junior clinic. He's also a med student, Dave. He'll be a doctor in about 4 months. The guy's just unbelievable. So big credit to him, Dave, for creating this amazing event, the biggest in London history.
We are in the little town of Northwood, outskirts of London, and there's the handshake between the two fellas. They're going to have at it, as Luke Thomson is going to serve first, receiving is Vlad Klym from the U.S.
See, Vlad Dave's got a very unique warm-up routine.
This is a 1-game-to-21 match for the finals here, and there's one timeout. But I believe it's going to be more than just one timeout per player, but I just swear I heard Daniel Grant say that, and that ball just goes wide. Second serve.
Luke Dave, a lefty. You don't see a lot of that, and we'll see how Vlad is able to adjust to playing against a left-hander. It is different.
I know when I play against left-handers, it just really throws my game off. Luckily for Vlad back home in the U.S., he has a lot of lefties he can play.
Including Willie Polanco, who's one of the world's best. Not at this event, but had a lot of success in Europe. But like you said, Dave, Willie is a lefty, and he's one of the best. Vlad, Dave, is one of those guys that really does travel well. You see some people get on the plane and their game doesn't go with them. Vlad, the opposite, seems to play better when he crosses the Atlantic.
Boy, we're only 45 seconds into this, and Thompson's up 4-0.
Well, it's been a grueling weekend, Dave. We'll have to see how both players are able to react to so many matches over just 2 days. They didn't anticipate this amount of matches, but in total, Dave, 254 matches in just 36 hours. That's a lot of toll on your body.
It's the biggest tournament they've ever had in the UK. 108 players. And like you said, that 254 games over 2 days. And these games, I call them games, but they're 1-game matches. And all of those junior players as well.
And that passing shot goes wide from Luke, and that's Vlad's first point.
1-4.
See, Dave, the bowling one-wall big ball serve is to drive that serve deep, try and get your opponent off the court, and look to spike or kill the very next shot with your opponent 34, 36 feet away.
2-4 is the score.
And Luke plays that point perfectly. Forces a difficult return there from Vlad, who has to pop the ball up. He's pinned on the left sideline. Luke steps in with his strong hand and hits a kill right down the middle of the wall and has Vlad blocked.
Did you prefer that deep serve like that Thomson throws right down the middle, pushes Vlad out the right side wall?
Well, I think that's really the only option. Either that, or is if you can hit a Pee Castro type of angled serve that goes off the court. But not many players have that serve, so you see most players serving the ball deep towards the back line, and that's a beautiful inside-out kill that was just wide, actually, called wide.
Yeah, there's so many lines over there on the left side that it's difficult even for the referee. That's where he's standing there.
It's a nice high return. You see he forces Vlad to play the ball up at his shoulder, but Vlad still hits a good shot. And that's the strength of these top one-wall big ball players, guys. They can do something with the ball from up high over their shoulder.
For being a lefty, Luke Thomson has a pretty good-looking right hand, but that time he sent it right down the middle, and Vlad put it away right in front of himself, pushing Luke back to back, side to side.
Well, you see a lot of these top players, their offhands are sometimes even better than their strong hands because they're used to playing with their offhand because they don't have much competition where they come from, and they play a lot of games with just their offhand, called right to two or left to two, and they develop that amazing sweeping stiff arm shot that is really a get out of jail card.
Now the first lead for Vlad Klym. He's up 6-5 here. He's playing against the guy that was the runner-up at the Worlds in October in the 23 and under division, Luke Thomson.
Like I was saying, Dave, this would be the biggest ever win for either guy, so both guys are going to be feeling the pressure here. We've seen some good handball here early. Luke took an early lead, now Vlad has roared back. Luke is wearing a red WPH Echelon shirt, Vlad serving in the yellow.
And that was picked up on 2 bounces. Crowd gives a round of applause for that rally. 5-7 is the score.
Not a good serve there from Luke. And you see what Vlad does with it. That serve was not deep enough. Vlad was able to step into it and drive the ball right at Luke's feet. And from there, Luke went for a low percentage pickup and made the air. Vlad back in.
7-5. Vlad going to go overhand down the left side this time. And the ball just unable to make the front wall. Vlad pushing Thomson out that left door. I thought he was going to go deep to the baseline, but instead angled it out.
Well, Vlad had been setting up that serve the entire match as he'd gone deep, and with the same motion, angled the ball off the court. Now Vlad on a very nice run here.
Would you call a timeout if you're Luke right now?
I think you have to. You've lost 8 of the last 9 points.
He was up 4-0 and now finds himself trailing 9-5. Make that 10-5, and that familiar fist pump from Vlad Klym that we've grown to know and love, coming back out, making an appearance here in the finals. And there is that timeout. That's what we're going to do. We're taking a timeout here as the UK WPH Men's Finals now back onto the floor. A very quick timeout from Luke Thomson. Just really wanted to break the momentum. I don't think he's tired. I think he's just tired of seeing Vlad score points.
See the worm's eye hammer view here. Both guys moving side to side. And that time Luke does on the side out, so the timeout, a good call there for the European. This is the first ever official one-wall courts built in London, Dave, so it's a very exciting opening for them to debut them in such a huge tournament. It has to feel great, as this sport is really booming.
Oh, that ball hits Thomson right square in the back, and you see Vlad go up to him and say, "Hey, I'm sorry," and just apologize. The ball slapped dead center in the middle of his back. 6-5. Dave, sometimes your mind says, I need to get my hand out there quicker than it really needs to be, and Thomson kind of overswung on that ball.
Yeah, that was not a good air there for Luke. He got a good look at 7th point. You know, Dave, you say that every point's important, but particularly in a one-game match at 21. You don't have much room for error, especially against a good player like Vlad Klym. And I like what Vlad's doing here, Dave, serving to Luke's strong hand. I know that most top players are used to having the serve coming to their offhand and don't defend as well with their strong hand. I think Vlad knows that. He's very analytical, Dave. I know you talk to him. He really understands the game and the psychology of it. He's going right after Luke's strength. And you see it again, Dave. He could have gone to the right there and went right at Luke's left hand.
Well, I think what Luke does with his left is he always hits it to his opponent's right hand. And therefore, Vlad wants that next shot to come to his right. Also, it comes at an angle, so he also has another angle to hit it back at. Oh, nice. Right down the line, side out.
Well, Luke had to go for that shot there because Vlad was in a great position, and Luke really had to go for broke down the line and hit it.
The score here is 6-11. It's a good camera angle, but again, just a kind of unorthodox shot there from Vlad that just goes off the thumb. Almost like he changed to a fist at the last second. 7-11. Dave, you don't see a lot of fist shots in big ball, one wall play, or just big ball in general, but yet some of these crossover players do tend to use it more than others. What are your thoughts? You've played it before. Do you use the fist shot? Is it a weapon?
Well, I'm talking to big ball #1 star in one wall, Timbo Gonzalez. He says he punches the ball a lot with his fist. I don't know if that's common amongst the other top players, but you know Vlad plays every code of handball, and he's accustomed to using all the shots, so he will use the fist shot when given the opportunity.
The score here is 8-11. Thomson holding in, making that 9-11. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a timeout here. And there it is. Timeout being called on the field. As Vlad Klym sees a little bit of that momentum changing. 9 serves 11 as we come back into play. Merchant Taylor School, first venue to build regulation courts in the UK, right here in Northwood, just outside of London.
I've seen Vlad play almost exclusively with his right hand. Haven't seen him hit many shots with his left. He even runs off the court outside the left sideline to get his right hand on the ball. He's got a good left, but you know that's his strategy, is to control the action with his right.
Now, was there a little distraction there when Vlad hit that ball and then jumped out of the way?
I didn't really see it.
Thought he had to hold his ground.
It was subtle. Not a good return there from Luke, but Vlad doesn't do what he should have done with that return, but then Luke makes a terrible error.
I thought that ball stayed in. There's too many lines for me.
Yeah. Oh, and that's looked a little bit like a tired shot from Luke as he doesn't take that extra half step to get out to that ball, just tried to reach for it. And now Vlad is really locating that angled serve out to the left. There's not much you can do against that strategy when your opponent's hitting you off the court to the left. You just throw the ball right back down the middle, and you're 30 feet from the kill shot.
And this is the angle from the camera that we have up in the pavilion area. Overflow crowd looking down, watching this match.
You see Vlad using, and there's not a good error from Vlad, but he's using 3 different serves. He's going overhand down the right, overhand down the left, and angled overhand off the court to the left, and he's hitting all 3 of them with the same motion. So very difficult for Luke to anticipate.
Oh, nice shot right there from Vlad Klym out the side door.
That was a tennis shot, open stance off of his right foot. Vlad is a very good tennis player. And that was called out. Vlad thought he might have had the ace there. That's the risk, Dave, when you serve off the court, is serving the ball wide, and that's an automatic down. And you see Luke has to hold his ground there. One difference, Dave, I see between these 2 guys is they don't block quite as well as I see a lot of the top guys in New York blocking. The guys in New York really use their bodies in their court position to take away shots. These guys put the ball away from themselves. You don't see the one-wall block coming into play all that much.
That ball again hitting Thomson from Vlad. This is a game of runs. Remember, Luke had a 4-0 lead to start this one-game match, men's finals, and then Vlad took a big lead, and now you see Thomson starting to edge back toward Vlad's score again. 12-16, going to 21. Oh, I like that.
That was a great combination play from Luke. A good deep serve. Vlad did well to defend it, put the ball right at Luke's feet, but Luke was able to drive the ball and hit the bottom brick.
Again, Dave, same exact shot. I did it once to you, I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, well, Luke is finding a groove here now. 2 consecutive points with a serve and kill. And it's interesting, Luke sets up like he's going to hit a sidearm serve, but then goes to the overhand.
That's the one you might just circle on the scorecard right there.
It seemed like he let up on that swing a little bit, not sure why. Had a very good chance to end the rally with that. And there's a good block from Vlad, and that's out of the court. So a very nice run here from Luke, who's charging now, Dave, after a lull here in the middle of this first game. Match, I should say. Good serve.
Boy, Vlad put that in just a perfect spot. Gets the side out, back in. Now 16-14, going to 21. Winner wins the WPH UK Men's Open here in Northwood.
That's a problem if you go at your opponent's strength. If you don't hit that serve just perfect, they've made a really great return. This match really could go either way at this point, Dave. Certainly seems like Luke has the momentum, but how does he miss that shot, Dave? Point blank range. He's about 10 feet from the wall. Hits the ball off the court.
Well, you see some of the top players say this is in crunch time where the champions are made. Who can execute these crunch time shots? I don't know how many players play it safe during crunch time and still win national championships. I mean, you really have to take it to your opponent and execute. That was a strange. Okay, the ball was outside, sorry. I thought it was just a strange return from Vlad, but the ball was so far out. Second serve.
And now Luke's starting to find Vlad's left hand. And it goes right into the power zone with Vlad, and ends the rally with a beautiful right-handed cross-court smash. Vlad now 4 points from his biggest ever championship. Make that 3 points. Vlad can be adding a yellow jersey, the one he's already wearing. And that's outside, and if you're Vlad and you're trying to pick up this title, actually, Dave, that ball was called in, so it's a side out. Great return there from Luke.
This camera angle brought to you by that small little pebble that you see on the court here. That's a €500 sponsorship. Actually, that's the fine that was given to the maintenance guy who did not sweep that up. But I'm trying to make this a positive broadcast. Love to see that pebble one more time. For those at home keeping score. Vlad leans in and does an amazing underhand flat rollout. And we will take a look at that again.
This is an incredible shot. I mean, that is a flat rollout, a mouse. And at a crucial time also, Dave, gives Vlad the 19th point. And now Vlad's starting to use the block very well.
Boy, and Luke really did, although Vlad had a great shot there, Luke could have pushed that right down the line, just missed.
Well, Luke's missed about 5 crucial shots by a combined 5 inches.
This is match point. And there it is. Vlad Klym, USA, defeats Luke Thomson. Score 21-14, takes the WPH UK Men's Open and wins a yellow jersey here in Northwood. Great match, Dave.
Yeah, very exciting. Vlad has to be happy. He travels from the east coast of the United States all the way to London, and he makes good on it, Dave. He comes home with the yellow jersey and makes a lot of fans in the process.